What are you curious about?
How would it be if we change things, if we think differently? And what do I mean with the flipped classroom? How would it be if Stenden would be taught by students and if the teachers would take the opposite role? That would be an interesting thought. And where did this all came from? Because I wonder, like, how did I get to this idea? And it is quite a time back that I went through different stages of creativity myself, although unknown and unconscious. But now, knowing more about creativity, I could relate back to that. And there are 3 different stages that I'd like to bring you in and to travel a little bit with me. Who would like to bike 30,000 kilometers with me? Well, at least some. That's nice. I'm happy. All right, we will do that in 3 minutes today. Is that okay? Because I did this in 2005 and then till 2007. I quitted my job, like most speakers did, because I thought there's something to discover. I'm a curious person, and I thought, how is the world outside there? Why should I be mostly in a classroom? I need to see the world. I want to experience things like so many other young people want. So that's how my life looked like. I had a house. I sold it. I had a car. I sold it. I bought a wonderful tent, as you see there. And I have been a teacher, and I became a biker. And I made one big agreement to myself, because I found myself quite cool at that moment and kind of a hero, although that changes on the way. And I thought, I need to be open. That's a very important thing. If you go there, out there, you need to be open, even if I didn't know how difficult that was. So, taking the plane to Alaska, where it all started, we jumped on our bike, and I was with my former partner at that time, and thought, I need to be open. And I don't know if you know anything about Alaska, but there are bears around. And I thought, okay. So the first 3 days when I was on this bike, I was so fearing, I really glued on my bike. I had my hands like this, and I thought, every tree, behind every tree, there will be a bear trying to kill me. So how open was that? Okay. And I thought, how am I going to manage this whole trip back down to Buenos Aires, which is 30,000 kilometers further? I was even not able to be one day open to this natural environment. But as nature decides, and they help you unconsciously, after 3 days, it was manageable. You got so tired from sitting, you should try it for 1 hour, yes? You glue on this bike, watching every tree, and nothing is happening. And I thought, I need to use my brain a little bit, yes? Because I got my brain from somewhere, So I thought, okay, use your brain, Jeannette. What is the chance that they will eat you? Well, 0.0 something %. Okay, what is the chance there will be bears behind every tree? Very less %. So I thought, okay, after 3 days, this is enough. Let's be open. And when you open yourself up, you become creative, because creativity needs openness. And it's a little fearing sometimes. And to overcome fears, that is very important. If you want to be creative, do things differently, you have to be open. That's the first thing. And nature helps you to be open, because otherwise I would go back after 3 days. A little bit of pictures, as you see here. I had my own house sometimes up there, and I was very happy with this big beer. And more pictures, Baja California, beautiful sunsets. So you're there with your 4 bags, and that is it, with your partner. So everything you need, you have in 4 bags. So yeah, what was the plan? Easy, south. Just biking south, that's it. And you use the road, and you have your bike. So it's so simple. Everybody can do it. But maybe you should think 2 days about it before you start, yes? And then you can talk to me. All right, I can give you some advice. Colorful, beautiful environments like Peru. They're selling popcorn around on the street. Yes, Peru is a beautiful country. And you know that's high level, Andes. And I must say that's not easy sometimes, because you get also tired. Like you get tired from studying, I can tell you get tired from biking as well. and sometimes extremely bike. And then you would wish, would it be not nice in this classroom to sit just there watching a teacher? Beautiful. No, I'm on the bike out there. It's rainy, the wind, everything is difficult. But yeah, also nice things, as you see. And then you get to a certain stage that you become a little, a tick, a bit funny, you know, because being long on the bike changes your mind sometimes a bit. So, as you see, you start talking to llamas, which I really enjoyed. I felt was like, okay, I can connect to this animal. So I don't know why, but it seems, it opens up, you know. And then a Chinese student asked me last time when I was lecturing there a little bit, like, who is this guy on this rum bottle? And I thought, okay, I'm not that charming there. But I said, okay, it's my brother, okay? So I thought, let's not say that it's me. Okay, you see where you sleep, you see this shower, which was an experience on its own. But you get creative from it, because you need creativity to survive somehow. You need creativity to solve your problems on the way, and to find the right places, the safe places to set up your tent, to sleep, to all the time take care of your bike that is not going to be stolen. So it leads you to, unconsciously wise, being creative. Oh, sorry. Then I came to the highest mountain of the Andes, which is this picture, on 5,000 meters, and there I decided my life will change. Yes, it was on 5,000 meters. I look quite okay, but there I'm really finished. I'm tired, like I've never been tired before, mentally, physically. I didn't want to be aggressive to my bike because, you know, we need it. So that's an agreement I also made. But I was like, what am I doing here anymore? And also in my social private life, I thought, I'm going to get to another way. I will split up my relationship after 20 years. But he didn't know it at that time when I was up there. So I just needed to say it. And it took me another 6 weeks to do that. So, but biking goes on and life goes on. So I thought, when I come back, not now yet, I will go on another path. And I don't know why, but it felt like this. As we said before in these lectures, you feel intuitively you need to go somewhere else. And it was even beautiful out there. The stars were all above, and it's on a high level of 5,000. And although I was so tired, I was so clear in my mind. Maybe it was because of these coca leaves we took, but that seems to be very healthy. Yeah, it was healthy. They say that's very healthy. So, so maybe that was the problem now that I took a wrong road now. But anyway, here's what my bigger decision was taken. Then, at the end of the trip, that took still 3 months to cool down, I got to the point I want to go home now. And I already had in mind, with all the luggage I have in my backpack and on my bike and what I've learned, that I wanted to do something with that. And I didn't know exactly what, but to use everything that I had and put it into a business. And then people say, no, you should start a foundation. So no, I don't want to start a foundation. I want to have a business which is right in the middle of it, like the social part and the profit part, which is called nowadays social business. It's right in the middle, it's not in this box, and it's not in that box. And this business was nice because you created it. And it was a playing ground for trying to do things. As creativity is important to experiment, to test out, to play around, that people ask you, could you do this for us? And I think, oh, I don't know how to do that. I didn't say that. But we tried. And you fail, and you had success. So this business was meant as a mean to develop myself, basically. And also, it has a social economical mission. So everything we did, we thought, has this got an extra value for us and others? And otherwise, we said, no. I don't care. Then no money, less money, fine. I don't want to do this, being forced, like, yeah, you do this, and we want this from you, and we will watch you. And I said, fine, you do your own things. I don't care. So having this moving business as a playground really fulfills a lot of things. Because that time I came also back to Stenden to work for 1.5 days, but I could not get in this squeezed kind of pattern that I was so free from the trip and then getting into a schedule That was too much. So it took 2 years to regenerate. So a nice opportunity. Here you learn to jump. You learn to do and take action and experiment. And it's still there as an experiment. It's still existing. So this was the second stage. Then I had the opportunity at the school to teach students creative thinking. And I felt that that is something which is really my passion. But did I know a lot about it? Well, I read about it, I did things, so I could teach you. I could teach you students well. And I thought, wow, this is it. This is what I want to master myself in. And I don't know if you know how long it takes to master yourself, but it's 27 years. So now I'm kind of an age, like, nah, whatever you think it is. So 27 years. Yeah, I need to talk to my boss if I'm still able to stay here then. I don't know. So I helped out with this creative thinking workshops, and I do a lot of workshops, but these are my favorites. And then I thought, yeah, I developed through. And then a nice thing happened. 2 students of mine came along and they say, well, Jeannette, can we not help in these creative workshops? Because we really enjoyed these tryouts. They're actually here today. And that's beautiful. And I said, maybe that might be good. Let me think about it for a day. I thought, what could they do? Well, a lot of things. Yeah, we need also this social point. I say, yeah, but it might be a lot of work. We don't care. We want to do something that's fun. There we can learn something and try out. Say, yeah, but you need to be open for that. That's okay. So fine. So I sent an email out. And the next day, my email box was quite full of emails of other students, like 15 till 20. And I thought, where am I going to place them all? I'm already so busy. And it takes time, you know, you need to learn them what to do. And then I thought, I don't have even a plan. What do we have to do? I say, I have got no idea. So I felt like a little stressed about that. And I thought, okay, I tell you one thing, I don't have a fixed plan. And if you want to pioneer, say yes. If not, okay, but we're going to pioneer. Yes, we would like to. Fine. So I had like 12, 14 students to place on all kinds of workshops. They found energizers. They found mini workshops within the workshop. I gave them the autonomy to find what they would like to do. And they find things that I never thought about. So with that, I developed also my course through, which is beautiful. So I think these young students and young people are so much able to do the same things like we do. They could teach us. Why not? They can become professional facilitators. I think a lot of people are creative here. Everybody is, naturally wise. But do we know our DNA, our creative DNA? Do you know where you're good at? Yeah, I have lots of ideas. And the other person, I'm not too good in the lots of ideas, but I can really implement very well. So there are different talents in different stages of creativity. And it is a process. It starts already that you have your own self-constraints to say, I cannot write so nice. I cannot paint so well. I play the piano, but you know, I can only play one song. These are all constraints that hold us back from being really open to try out things as a child. And that is needed. So if you know your creative DNA, which is part of the knowledge you can gain from creativity, you know where you're good at. And from there, you can make teams out of that. If you put ideators together, like 100, they can generate ideas and ideas and ideas. You run crazy in your company. Or you put only implementers. You only want to start there, already starting. I have already the idea. This is it. It doesn't work. So what works is forming teams based on creative DNA. And that's only the start. I went to Italy to the CREA conference, which was amazing because you learn about creative leadership. And then I saw this model from Mr. Puccio. And I think it really shows where I've been through personally and what is needed in creativity. It starts with the unconsciously unskilled, which I was. I was on my bike, getting creative, but I had no idea about what creative thinking is or creative problem solving, because it helps to make changes. you get to the second level. Okay, I want to know more about it. Going to study it. There is even a master's in it that I didn't know. And although I might do it or not, I'll try to master myself in this 27 years. So we begin to learn. We begin to try out. Then you get to the third level, facilitator. So you have the knowledge, you have the skills, which can just be learned. And with that, you can make a move towards others, to let it spread around by others. And you can have facilitators on different levels, already very experienced ones. I'm still learning, I'm still in the beginning somewhere, but I will go on. And young people or young students can also get to that level. And that would be interesting, because if young people would teach the seniors, which already happens sometimes, but not so much on creative thinking, I think that is needed for the 21st century skills, because there are very different skills that we need in the future. If you talk about creative leadership, you need three very important things. And one is that you know that the nowadays complex world is ill-defined, which means there is not really a yes or a no, or a black or a white. There's so much in between this complex world that you need to be able to sense that. A second thing is novelty. We think the successes in the past are sometimes a guarantee for the future, but as we heard already also from other speakers, we're heading to another world, to other communities who work in different ways together. So let's forget maybe the successes in the past fully and just start blanco from here and try to get already into the new world. And that's what we need these young people for. Because we're a bit behind. I'm also, as a teacher, I'm behind. You go faster, so I will never catch up. So if we want to go on with creativity in organizations, I think it is a beautiful idea to facilitate youngsters. The last one is the overwhelming amount of information, that we need to be able to pick out the right things and not everything, because it makes us a bit crazy. So these are the big three that you need as creative leaders. And there's so much more, of course, because as a creative leader, is what you do is that you help to assist to discover the life of others. Others want to discover their life, and what you do is you are a servant leader. So you be there, behind and humble, and make sure that they come on stage, while you also still learn from them. But you don't have to be in front. So these three stages in my life where I went through became clear to me because I learned from it on the way. I went on this funny biking tour, and I still would like to do it for a week or so, that's fine, but not for 2 years. And then it needs another 2 years to regenerate mentally from that and be in this world where you're out of nature, let's say. But it was life-changing, because from there I changed my life into something else, like Movingpeople, as a playground. And I'm still playing around, still in this school. I give workshops and I think, hey, shall we not do something completely different? And I hope my boss is not watching me now. And anyway, as long as the students enjoy and I can give them something they would like to learn, it is for me okay. I need to be responsible for myself, what I give to others, and which is helpful and creates two things. Either better education for others, and at the end, it is about well-being. Because I believe that people in nowadays need attention. And they need attention in a certain way, which makes them happy. And everybody is on their own road to discover. So why don't we help somebody to discover in a good way and give them a little bit in what they ask from us or what they need? So here you see this classroom. The flipped classroom is an idea to course people, to educate people on becoming a creative facilitator. Because 80% of businesses have innovation in their policy, but the means and the infrastructure to have creative thinking as a mean to get to innovation is 5%. So there is a lot of work to do. I'm going to start with it and hope to climb the ladder. I will be there down, others will be up, and I would like to invite you to think with me. Thank you very much.